it the best, but what do they know about me? Just look at the crash, forget the rest. You don't feel the debauchery. Even the eyes out the mirror to the soul. Then I'm so. You got more to say. Then spit it out, fit it out. Go ahead, ask away. Love, this life, passion. God, omnipotence, given form for what the invoke creation, so life may thrive. Then what meaning lies in life? What becomes of that question? Give praise, for he has no equal. Worship him, a God has been born unto the world. Coward and fear, he will not forgive any vice. Devote yourself, your fate is overwritten. What is a God? Omnipotence given for. What did he invoke? Creation. So life may hate the right. Then what meaning lies in life? What becomes of that question? Come, watch your world to live into a vivid reality. Bring your whole will, really yourself for supper and mercy. Black wings will rain down, fulfilling the skybound prophecy. Life and death become one. The mist will bring the bliss return to the void.
Good evening, friends, and welcome to this week's WASD Granblue versus Rising. Final one before Arc World Tour Finals this weekend. I am Pineapples, joined by my lovely co-host CopiVT. How you doing?
Doing quite well. Excited for some really good Granblue right before the Arc World Tour. It's gonna be a blast.
Oh yeah, we got so many competitors here for our WASD bracket tonight. 58, in fact, and it is stacked to the brim. Kobe, why don't you give us a little rundown?
Yeah, we've got, some of those names you see every single week, pretty much, or almost every single bracket, it feels like. You got Salts in here, Insurgent, Fuselet, Iago, Yoru Sensei, who's been killing it recently with almost really just getting the grands in every single bracket that's been entered, as well as Dragalia and, many, many more names, all vying for their last chance to get some points before that LCQ, as well as, just entering the brackets, because it's a very fun tour format that's going on.
Oh yeah, if you want to hit !tour in the chat, you can check out the standings, and we'll be having a 12-week season. Each tournament you enter will get you some points depending on your placement. They're followed by an LCQ at the end of the season and a final tournament with a $1,000 prize pot. And while you're hitting those chat commands, also, we got an ! Matcherino tonight. We got to have one every single week. We got 45 codes left to be claimed, so please, if you got 30 seconds, go hit up the ! Matcherino, claim a code, put 25 cents into that pot for no cost to you, all benefit to the players.
Yeah, it's very, very easy. There's so many different ways you can log in. If you're able to even type in the Twitch chat, you can freely add at least one of those claim codes. Plenty of other ways if you have multiple either emails or different accounts. Sometimes even with the same email, you can get 3 or 4 codes by just, using YouTube, Discord. I know I do that. Sometimes it lets me do that for sure.
We are going to be getting into our first match of the night. Queued up nice and quick. We got Boop and Asto lining up for us.
Yeah, we're going to have a nice little Siegfried and Lucilius. I thought Boop was going to pull up with the Eustace a little bit.
Believe in victory.
Get it out, bringing the Lucilius for us. Character that is, I feel like, seeing a decent drop in popularity since the patch, but people are starting to figure him out more and more.
Yeah, I mean, having the whip special be a little bit less, and then the little 2-stage for one move. Well, it has hurt a little, but he still has that far M that just disgusting.
If you can get these hits, you can rack up that blade level all the same as Asto, or Boop, excuse me, is doing right here.
Already at 3.5 blade level, but at 1 BP for both sides. This is very quickly turning into a blade level is not going to matter here.
What is going to matter is you watching your block strings. Anything you do that Siegfried can look out for that Schwarzafenga, he's going to be in danger with only 1 BP.
Yeah. 3 on Asto baiting. Oh.
Oh no.
That's tragic. Oh no.
They had it. It was right there.
Battle 2. Engage.
Stuff taking advantage of the opportunity presented, While it is unfortunate, we don't let those slide.
Yeah. Asto has taken very good patience off the 5U stance. I mean, you really want in your heart of hearts to go and run up and smack Lucilius while he can't block. Like, you just gotta know those buttons are long. They will blow you up if you get a little too antsy.
Especially that stance L is incredibly bad. The M right there being demonstrated gets some plus frames for Boop.
Oh, that was such a risky stock up, but I mean, if you're not getting punished for it, take it all the way to the bank.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need every bit of damage we can get to make this comeback. After already down, no BP getting a shot with the Axion. No BP means you are going straight down.
Yeah, no blade level 5 needed as well for that extra damage.
Even, like you said, even at BP 1, or excuse me, blade level 1.
Yeah. Nice spot dodge, but unfortunately that move requires you to be so early if you want to actually get a true punish.
Asto is so unafraid of spending all of these BP.
I mean, especially when Boop is at only 1 blade level, barely anywhere close to getting 2 as well. You can live through another combo, no problem.
Yeah. Although not punishing these H teleports, that's something she might really need. Otherwise, gonna be in a world of hurt, even off of a light confirm like that.
Yeah, this is the one combo that Asto is able to eat. Now it's absolute get your head in the game. You cannot take anything else.
100 meter, you're gonna spend that 50 lightning quick as the universal. Good stuff to Asto.
Yeah, kind of in that moment, you can have a little bit of Twitch react ready if you need it, or just, you know, send it sometimes. Okay, we're going to the A-Bell.
Okay. If the Lucilius didn't work, why don't we get a little dicier with it, a little sneakier with it?
Believe in victory. Battle one.
Especially since Asto has shown that she is so willing to spend BP really early. Abel is one of those characters that can capitalize on that incredibly with his damage output.
Yeah. Abel has always been one of those characters of, oh, you're at 50% life, you're just one combo away.
Even if you're at 100%, if you're spending BP at the rate that Asto has been doing, you're still one combo away.
Yeah. I think, you know, Asto might be on to that kind of knowledge because BP are still there. Oh, no counter hit Raging Strike. That's unfortunate as the SB cleans it all up.
There are a few feelings worse than just getting hit by raw Raging Strike while you're trying to do something to get out of it.
Yeah, definitely getting anti-air Raging Strike's gotta feel the worst.
It's so rough. But toss, guard cancel off. He's being a bit more comfortable with it. Boop, BP to keep her in the corner.
You might live? Because, well, yeah, air starter, you do live, thankfully. Still willing to challenge, though.
Counter hit into the SSBA. Abella health, is it dead?
And the climax theme did not lie to us this time. Asto taking it 2-0 over Boop with a spectacular finish there.
We will be moving on in our bracket to face Ashura in the next round. Earned herself a Siegfried mirror in round 2. What a draw.
I mean, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. You have quite a few Siegfrieds actually here tonight, and you can't avoid them all.
Yeah, with 58 players in the bracket, it's just gonna shake out like that. But real quick after that match, I believe Imp is gonna be restarting the stream to fix some technical issues. So, be right back.
Yep.
Maturino. Takes 30 seconds out of your day to claim a code. We can get these players paid.
Yeah. I'm taking this time, go ahead and claim in some extra codes with my other alternate emails and accounts and stuff.
You got Discord, you got Twitter, you got Wine, you got Battle.net, whatever you can possibly think of.
Yeah, sign with your Battle.net.
It's an option if you're really feeling it. I'm really feeling these hit confirms as we get started with this game.
Yeah, ooh, nice little 5U there too. It's what I see like occasionally from Manila players. Like it'll just vanish from their toolkit and then it'll come back in full force.
It's a bit of a weird button, but Greg used it to great effect, as well as the rest of this pressure. Take another BP and taking Icebound down to nearly no health.
Wow, yeah, just getting these small hits. I didn't even see that life total just drip down to 0.
It really was just a bunch of small hits, like you said, and then one solid confirm in the middle of it that took just a chunk.
Ray trying to be risky with that far 668.
2M challenge will beat everything Icebound does except for the parry, I believe.
Yeah, just spaced beautifully to go around Drake's 2H and with the air stall to just really cement it. This is out of the corner.
Yo, Adila just said, all right, Sheep, hold it down. I'm out of here.
Oh, was a little too far away for the throw.
Tried to get a little bit sneaky with it. Didn't quite catch the backdash. Does catch the spot dodge and gets a free run up off of it.
Yeah, you're really never safe from Anilla on some of these spot dodges. Gotta really be fully awake if you're gonna want to do that, since 2U does reach to the heavens and back.
It's like a half screen button. You better be far away if you're trying to spot dodge, because that thing is gonna scoop your ankles.
Oh, here comes chip damage. Just has to DP out of that. I don't blame you, Icebound. It's scary to be in the corner with Anilla with meter.
She still got meter, and she is driving left and right and catching Icebound on the backside of it for the chip out.
Felt like I was watching more of Strive May than I was Granblue and Nilla. I'm just sheep in, sheep out.
Can May do a U-turn like that? I think not.
The sheep do have a little bit better of that cornering speed.
Yeah. The sheep's track time has got to be quicker than the dolphin.
New NFL recruit at the combine.
Sheep gonna be putting in work. Are those sheep legal in the NFL match? Can she ride on those? I'll have to check the rulings.
Here they are again. Oh my, throw bait?
With 2-2-U nonetheless. Forces crouching, and again, Icebound still teching throws after that.
Now the life total disparity has been just shaved away in quick order, even though Greg does have 2 BP gone, so getting counter hit here is not going to be in the cards, and just another throw bait.
Icebound is reaching and finding nothing at any turn. Greg is always either rocking the backdash shimmy or dropping the butt slam with the 2-2-U. Oh my goodness, catches the extended hurt box as well. Greg can do no wrong, it feels like.
Yeah, it really does feel like Icebound is just living in a Greg world.
At least it's soft.
Yeah.
The fluff from the sheep has got to be worth some consolation.
Yeah, and with all that armor too, Icebound, being able to live, higher health of Siegfried allows a little more, almost staying power. Oh, okay. That's an answer to throw bait.
An answer to Greg trying to fuzzy mash on that Brave counter, trying to retain the offense.
What beautiful spacing there on the 214H.
Yeah, Greg tried to stick out a jab, but was not even in the right area code. Is that 5U you were talking about? It doesn't show its head that often, but when it does, it seems like Greg is always making good use of it.
Tries to, I think it was 214M that was starting to come out there from Icebound. Unfortunately, the sheep was already in the vicinity.
And Greg in the vicinity as well with the run-up throw. Good stuff. Moving on in the bracket. The sheep stays alive in the winner side.
Yeah. Greg now gonna have to fight Obelisk. You know, nice little Versusia match that's gonna come up there in just a little moment. You know, and then Greg's gonna have to fight Dragalia, who took it over Krylaws. That's not gonna be a fun run for Greg.
That is a difficult lineup. I know I've been hearing rumblings that Versusia is the target of much ire these days. Her natural predator got removed from the ecosystem in Belial. He's no longer in the area. He was relocated to a different environment. Now Versusia has taken over like an invasive species.
Yeah. But you know, you've got Grimnir, Obelisk obviously on that Versusia. You've got Beatrix, those three that started to take over the top dog spot. You know, Versusia's like, all right, both those, I don't mind playing against either character. But, you know, there's a lot of people that hate playing against me, especially with BC being minus on block and her already having a very solid BC bait in that 5H.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard people are not pleased with the state of that character. They're saying this character is a little bit silly now. I think Elsa is one of those players that's going to be rocking Versusia at the Arc World Tour Finals.
Yeah. I highly doubt we're going to see either the Nier or the Catalina come out. Mm-hmm. Even though Kat's still doing really good for herself. Elsa did post that Versusia might only have one losing matchup, if that. So, you never know.
That's a bit terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't mind it too much. I think that character is very fun to watch. So I am all for it if we're going to see some more, either in this bracket or coming up this weekend. Speaking of coming up in this bracket, got a couple of our round 2 matches lined up. Not sure which one we'll have first. Oh, never mind. It's right there on stream. Yeah. Where am I looking? None to 1 in Fredruary.
Yeah. Whoa, Fred took it over Regale 2-0.
A quick 2-piece right there. Denied us the Eustace mirror.
Yeah, some would call that a blessing. Some would call it unfortunate.
I know Yule Gang shows up for that character, so I'm sure there's a few of them in chat being like, yeah, let's go Fredruary.
Oh, it stopped the double Eustace mirror, actually, because there's Insurgent waiting for the winner of this.
Dude, if there were 2... If somebody had to play 2 Eustace mirrors in a row, that's diabolical bracket path.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Thankfully, there's only the potential of 1 Eustace mirror, depending on the outcome of this match. None to 1, having to take it over Fredruary to make that happen.
What a good 2H. Just actually sniping an attempted air stall from Fred.
It's one of those moments where, as Fredruary, you gotta be like, hey, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah. How dare you delay your 2H?
Yup, the Yule zone, the box that cannot be escaped even with an ultimate DP.
Yeah, oh my gosh, we had the block button check already. Okay.
Sophie, I don't know about you. My ankles are on the other side of the room now. I've lost them. They're gone.
Yeah. I mean, this early in the round, I would not be ready to hold the block button there either.
Oh, I got mixed out by shoes. None to 1. Getting hit with the overhead. We're backing it up and whiff punishing to their heart's content.
Oh, great spot dodge so early. Finds an L punish. You know, that's just going to keep none to one locked in the corner. And did not have the block button check. Did block low. Just unfortunately wasn't the right side.
None to one getting hit for the getting hit with the 2-for-1. Fredruary, the same mix-up to close out both rounds. Come on now.
Oh, little awkward hitbox moment there on the 2H, but hey, none to one's gonna take it.
We take those every day, even if it's no follow-up. Still making sure that she's not encroaching with those jump-ins means something.
Absolutely. All right, now it is that Yule zone once again, but enhanced pushback. Just, you know, that -4 used to be your turn, and now it's risky.
I mean, if you press a little bit wrong, that far medium of Yule, it's coming. It's coming to take some names.
Yeah, you try to hedge your bets against the far medium, and then all of a sudden it's far H instead, and now you just live in a world of pain and suffering.
Why are we here just to suffer?
Oh, that's 0 BP. Oh no.
Speaking of suffering, you know, that's 50%, maybe even more. A little extra credit on that.
Battle 2. Engage.
Ooh. All right, we're getting a little advancing sweeps, still testing the waters with each other.
I don't think I've ever seen Eustace EX slide use as a whip punish.
Trust me, from when I've been playing some of these Eustace players, and I've just, you know, put out a button like, all right, they're not exactly in the range of my button, but if they press anything, I get to hit them, and then all of a sudden, yeah, it just slides. I'm like, oh, okay. My button. I thought I was safe.
No, my normal. How could they? Yeah, none to one this time blocking it out, but not respecting Fredruary's turn afterwards. And now you gotta hold this corner pressure still. Yeah.
And there's that walk forward into the far M. It's like, with UL, you don't have to walk as far forward as everyone else to get those buttons to connect. Scarily, you just have to, you know, walk one step, let far M do the rest.
I see Yule Nation in chat showing up for Fredruary, saying, yeah, that's our far M. We love that button. Let's go, Fredruary.
And now we get to see the mixes in real time. Oh, these mixes are just nasty.
Not the slow-mo. Yule's potential to just break your ankles in the corner is so hilarious to be an observer for, but so brain destroying to be on the receiving end of.
Yeah, because like you know in your mind the second you see it the first time that, oh, that's just a block button check. Like, oh, of course I can just block button it out, but then it happens fast enough, and depending on how high she hits you too, you might not be able to see it start up for you to be, oh, I need to use the block button here, let me press it.
Mm-hmm. The thing about the block button check, it's like you were talking about, you have to know that you are gonna need to use the block button. You gotta be prepared for that situation, and sometimes it can just come way too quickly.
Yeah, and now we have not a block button check characters. We've got J-Mom and Grisk. A matchup, you know, that's been played just a few days ago. I think it was last straw these two ran into each other.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Now it's time once again.
So the winner of this match still has some difficulty in their bracket path, because we were talking about earlier. Yoru Sensei being one of those players who is always making deep runs, and that's who's awaiting either of these players.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And right now, J-Mon's just been tearing down the health of Grisk. However, nice counter hit. Grisk is able to get a little bit of damage, get the corner back in Grisk's favor.
Keeping the spacing that Ladiva's a bit uncomfortable at, but as soon as Grisk tried to encroach and gain some ground, Ladiva 2M is there to stop her in his tracks.
Yeah. JML definitely will do that far H or 2M bait that Ladiva players really like to do once they hit 100 meter. So I feel like you just got to be pressing or being ready to jump at any given notice.
Dangerous. J-Man setting up the danger for Grisk. In this corner, Ladiva's got 100 meter. You gotta be scared.
There's Misfortune. Kind of risky against Ladiva more so than other characters since it is just a parry. It is not an actual DP.
J-Man ran all the way up. Knowing that Grisk was going to try and delay something there. Run up a little bit extra 6-6-0 for the frame trap, and game one already to J-Man.
J-Man is, again, one of those players that really forces you to know the matchup before starting, because you're not going to live very long if you're getting checked by a Ladiva's antics.
Even if you know the matchup, it's still a grappler. J-Man can still have these grappler rounds. It always happens. It happens to the best of us. And Grisk doing a good job of avoiding it in this one.
What? Press out and ready with a Raging Strike confirmed too. Well, 1 BP left means Grisk can easily steal the round right back with a solid touch. It's still that matter of getting it in the first place.
There's that solid touch, Kopi.
There was only 4 stocks left. You got no BP. There's no question how this round is ending.
Yeah, the SSBA, no stocks, 1 BP start for JMM. That's a tough place to be in, even if you are as healthy as Ladiva.
All the health in the world still doesn't stop 50% damage increase.
That's a hell of a thing to have in your back pocket. As is the U Misfortune getting that strike to get JMM a little bit further away. Build some space for the knee.
Nice PC out. Yeah. Grisk gonna use that PC, regenerate the last little bit of death with a 0 fear. Oh, Death got killed at the end of that without hitting J-Ball out of the air?
It's bad news for Grisk. Thankfully for them, they got Death back. The timer not that long since they didn't have that many cards taken away.
Still alive. All the BC used in the world. Tries to go for a left or right. J-Ball, I'm ready in there. Is the end of that round.
Grisk expecting a command throw on the wake up, but J-Mom, I don't think has shown that a single time. Every time when it comes down to brass tacks like that last hit scenario, J-Mom's playing it textbook, run up meaty.
Yeah, very much a strike version of a grappler. Oh no, the 2U outspaced. That is a very quick punish that Grisk is gonna take.
J-Mom in dire straits, chipped out. Perfect for Grisk, ties us up.
Yeah, Grisk was just begging J-Mom to just use SSBA, really walking in and out of its range. And unfortunately, with Nier having that much meter and you're that close to chip, you're going to be forced to take some action or fall to the chip damage.
Yeah, you're at 10% health. You Fatal Waltz is in your face. You're in a hell of a lot of trouble.
This is one of those unfortunate times where you go bait the BC effectively, but you outspace yourself on the grab and got hit by that counter hit Raging Strike.
Back for Grisk, the confirm into 236U gives Grisk the full confirm and set point.
Grisk is really turning around this set. The first game looked pretty dire, and now it's really just a Grisk show.
Has done a phenomenal job of stopping J-Mom from finding purchase. The Lariat hits, but it just leads to a knockdown. You're still far away from Ladiv, but you've gained not that much ground.
Right, BC, and just gonna trade it out and let some of that death meter build back up. What a sweep!
Next, Death is back, full cards. Gonna reset him real quick. Back to 13.
Oh no! What were you trying? You were trying to run up and do something criminal. I just know it in my heart of hearts.
Not dead yet. The 5U from J-Mom. Gonna have SSBA to cash out with. And Death is still gonna be down when we come out of the animation. Kopi, this is horrible for Grisk.
It looks so good too. And then just 5U. The Hail Mary of all buttons.
No, it's here. Is he beat? Hail Mary, like you said, works out for J-Mom, finds all the distance they can ask for.
Fell out of the headbutt, and that gives you an actual punish. Those plus frames no longer exist.
Back on, Yuba's fortune doesn't exist either when faced with a Jewel Resort screwdriver.
Yeah. And I mean, this is like the biggest power up you can give Ladivas, is having them hit 5U for any reason whatsoever.
And that sure as hell gave J-Mom the power up he needed to run that set back from the brink of defeat. No health, no BP, 1 round down, and takes that quick 2 in a row to seal out the set over Grisk.
Yeah. Grisk did amazing for what really looked like almost losing pretty cleanly in the first 2 games. Took the second one, started out really strong in that last game, and then J-Mom just found these small gaps between the pressure, these small gaps where they're just gaps in that armor that Grisk had started building up, exploited them, and then just Ladiva away all of your life point.
Yeah, you were talking about it being the Grisk show in Game 3, and I totally agreed. But that show, it got canceled mid-run. That 5U came in like the execs and said, "No more. We can't be having this."
Yeah. Got the Game of Thrones treatment.
So sorry, we're not redoing this for another season. You guys could go. You could have a space on our website if you really want to, but on live television, no.
Yeah. Well, speaking of websites to check out, there is that tour. Not only this match arena, a little detour for that real quick. Still 30 codes left to claim in the night. Definitely claiming those really does help give extra money to these players, especially, they might be more incentivized to spend it on some of your favorite artists at that artist alley at the LCQ. For all those that are still going, because there's still a lot of players who are in SoCal already, who live there, who are able to both enter this and then still go, or traveling tomorrow. I definitely want that extra little bits. There's especially all those sponsor quests too that have these random other tasks of following people on different platforms that also give varying amounts for not too much trouble as well. And then can't forget about the tour that's going on 12 weeks throughout 3 different games. And at the end of it, there's an LCQ as long as you've been competing in at least 2 of them. That way you're still allowed to be in that LCQ. And then the finals, massive prize pool potential, and also all the glory that comes with it. You can definitely check out even more information and the current standings and what characters people are playing too over there at tour.wasdgaming.gg. Also, just use it anytime with the tour command. I already set it in there in the chat for you. A little convenience.
We might be having some shakeups of the tour standings after tonight, as a handful of the players who are in those top few positions aren't in our bracket. Some are. Salt's being the highest placed, who has shown up tonight. Ashura and Dragalia, Yoru, Sensei, Obelisk, not too far behind. Yeah. But a lot of these players who are in the upper echelons, not in today, probably traveling to that ARC Finals LCQ you were talking about.
Yeah, I think Hava might be traveling I'm not sure about Yoza. It's definitely possible that Yoza is at least either on the way or is maybe still prepping. You know, there's a lot of last minute things you need to do when you're traveling, especially halfway across the country. You're like, everything's just, oh, I forgot this or that.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for it. Hope that you guys in chat are ready for this next match that we're having up for us. So we got a fan favorite in Fuselet versus Boombak, who is making a run.
Yeah. Boombak, you know, beating Fidgeties 2-1. Whoo!
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary matchup because, you know, Fidgeties definitely really good on the Narmaya.
Oh yeah.
And beating any good Narmaya is a tough ask. You know, now that she only got buffed, U-Transient got put back into the game as a real and very scary move, with its Envone being deceptively good.
It is indeed. And a lot of those losers bracket matches going to have to contend with that, as we got players like Fidgeties, like Ninebreaker down, making some waves in the loser side of things. But we are still Narmaya free up here in the winner's side for now.
Already Fuselet getting that Soul Forge online. Just gonna stance up a little bit, threatened, but at these far ranges, not much Boombak can do without overextending to stop another Soul Forge attempt.
Down in that corner, uses that U Fireball probably to preemptively stuff out a Soul Forge, but Fuselet will find it anyways.
Tries to 6-6M on in, but unfortunately Fuselet already got to Curse Forge in time. Oh no!
Fuselet spent the armor, didn't have it to bust through that U Fireball, unfortunate, but does have the meter to bust through the normals with that invisible first.
Another stance up, stomping on in. Yeah, well, it's just best to keep on blocking. Can't really bully through that much armor.
Gets the counter hit and the confirm as well. Good stuff. Fuselet really faking Boombak out with the stance cancels at the mid range. And oh, is it going to be the light follow up? The sweep? No, it's neither. I'm just going to reset it real quick. And we will have some Granblue moments.
Oh, okay. We're gonna speed through the next like 20 seconds. Tackle, getting already stuffed by U Firewall. Oh, DP whiff. There's Fuselet. No one ready for that nerf that has changed, where EX and UPs don't continue after they whiff.
It's a bit weird, but we'll do what we can. Fuselet doing it up in the corner though, but Boombak is ready to roll out and contest.
This is the biggest thing. What if R2M? That is incredibly strong to be able to stuff out anything Fuselet's attempting to do while there's no armor online.
Make it count. Gotta find a way to armor up, but this onslaught from Boombak is not stopping.
A command grab. Not on chip yet. Decides to risk it all on that approach, and there was Fuselet ready with the fireball.
I had to sit there and take a second to say, okay, who got this kill? Did Boombak have a round? No. Okay, it was Fuselet.
This corner now being owned by Boombak. Fuselet finding a small hit. Oh, that DP is very unfortunate. Just taking the back throw. Definitely the better play right now, because watch this health bar drop.
We get the Bloody Moon as well with a 1 VP for the 20% damage bonus. Wow. Yeah, that health is sure looking bloody.
Counter hit. Boombak's going to be able to get small steps here out of the corner, potentially return all the way to mid-screen, but still not safe at this low life total.
Armor? Yeah, it goes through, but still gets hit on the back side of it.
Would not piece together the combo, and Fuselet is going to say, thank you very much. I'll take this round.
That's so tragic. Boombak didn't have the cooldown for Orkin, couldn't continue that combo, was forced to cut it short, and that was the one chance Fuselet needed.
Counter sweeping out. Boombak's not deterred in the slightest. Re-establishing corner pressure.
Misspaced it, gets hit with a raw raging strike into raging chain. Crouch confirmed, gonna work, but didn't have any meter nor a good hit on the Orkin to follow up.
Fuselet gets to land in time. He hears that back throw and another scary counter hit coming out.
Getting back thrown into the corner by Vasaraga, so terrifying. The spot dodge to get away from the brave counter, but Boombak fights their way out.
Gonna get that 1 BP on back. And the deep, sending the DP, never mind. Oh my, almost ending in tragedy. This is chip out.
Unfortunate. Fuselet getting caught in the corner. Not much you can do after blocking H Fireball. And Siegfried has the chip out there. It's coming.
Another DP. And goes for the command grab ender, but Fuselet ready to jump. Is very aware of these enders. Not having a 7-frame 2M, not incentivized to challenge in that RPS.
Let it go. Just chill out for a second. Walk forward. Goes for the armor, but Boombak goes through it.
Ooh, great reaction to that blue flash. You don't want to be blocking that fireball if you can help it.
When a Siegfried player has 100 meter, making the screen turn blue is asking for death.
Speaking of don't want to get hit by it, and there is a scoop of the ult command grab going to end it off for Fuselet, who's going to move up to face Ashura as the top 8 qualifier.
Oh, it's always such a tragic position to be in. Thinking, all right, I'm going to jump in. He's got such a life lead, surely going to go for the Brave counter to build some space, get his turn back. And then catches your landing with a U command grab to seal out the set.
The Voss players special, they're always looking for that U command grab opportunity, whether it's you going for a meaty or a safe jump even, because there are safe jumps that aren't the safest in the world to that, even though most of the time you can safe jab if you're, awake and ready for that potential send, since it is pretty slow as a reversal option.
But it is that send that's sending Fuselet to our winners quarterfinals, earning another Siegfried match for himself. Ashura step up. We got so much Siegfried tonight.
Yeah, they pulled out in force. Usually when we're looking at characters that are swarming brackets, it's either fairies are swarming for a random Tuesday, or it's the Narmayas who have coordinated a big showing at one night. Usually not the Siegfrieds.
And also, a quick shout out to Fredruary, becoming the Catboy killer here tonight. Being like, all right, where are all these Eustace players coming from? Round 1, 2-0 over Regale. Round 2, 2-0 over None to 1. Round 3, 2-0 over Insurgent.
And now you've got to fight Castile with the Lucilius as your top 8 qualifier. It's not getting any easier from here.
I don't know if I'm like, if I'm Fredruary, right? I don't know if I'm been like, oh, it just keeps getting harder, or if I'm just relieved that I'm fighting a different character.
Yeah, there is a small sigh of relief of, oh, I'm fighting Castile, it's a different character. And then, oh no, it's Lucilius.
Yeah, exactly. Neither of those two up here. Prada repping Grimnir.
Yeah. Not rocking with the cat or cag right now. I mean, hey, if you're going to be switching to any character, Grimnir is definitely one of those characters to be switching to right now.
And Prada has historically been a player who has not shied away from expanding her character pool, right? Like, you mentioned Kag and Catalina, but we've also seen stuff like Belial, Siegfried throughout the months that this game has been out. The Grimnir, so far, not getting to show us very much, as Lazy Ruin was dominating that first round.
Yeah, Lazy Ruin has been one of those Niers you've seen throughout Granblue's life cycle. Really just the full experience of Prada, you know, been picking up Grimnir fairly recently, all things considered, to someone like Lazy Ruin who's been here. You might know the Nier Grimnir matchup a little bit better.
That DP though, Prada knows her spacings. Maybe the matchup details, they can come secondary. The spacings, the reversal timings from your opponent, that's what matters.
Yeah, I mean, for all the matchup knowledge in the world, nothing can beat player matchup.
Exactly. Prada showing us just that. Great stuff out on Death. Get away for a while. Lazy Ruin with 8 cards. Gonna have to wait a hot second to get it back.
Oh, there's that UDP. Just a get off me button. Great throw tag, and just gonna immediately wake up and say, no, you're not going to run at me. Not today, Prada.
So immense. Even with the Brave counter, Prada's still stuck in this corner. Lazy Ruin had 3 cards when Death went away. That's so long without any specials, no Raging Strikes, nothing.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate not having the Raging Strike. Couldn't get the kill off that anti-air. However, you Misfortune will pick up the slack and get Lazy Ruin game number 1.
Kobe, I think I saw the card number for Death come back for about 2 frames before Lazy Ruin was letting that DP rock. Yeah. They immediately were like, all right, I'm bashing forward and skill. That DP is coming out in frame 1.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. Grimnir has very good long buttons, especially with you Psycho Crusher, which can just jump scare you a little bit out of nowhere.
Difficult to punish too when it is spaced like that. These punishes not too difficult unless you get far heavy instead of close.
That's tragedy. I thought a SBA was going to come out there surely, and now Lazy Ruin's going to be sent into a guess for the round situation.
Thankfully, this combo did go on so long that Death was mostly recouped. Won't have to wait that long, but might not have much time as the 6-6M is already coming.
Yeah. Lazy Ruin was very apt to just chill there, not on chip outside, a magic pixel of life before it. You know, when you're looking for those specials, looking at your death meter to make sure you can immediately act, those 6-6Ms, they'll catch you.
Being caught quite a few times this sec, with Death despawning at very low card numbers. It's giving them a bit of a rough time.
But there, no rough time in neutral now. That one stock left SBA, so much damage.
My mistake. You know, gone are the days where we have like 5 Niers in a bracket. I've forgotten how much damage that one stock SBA does. My fault. It won't happen again.
Yeah. I mean, that is really just the thing. Nier do incredibly shocking amounts of damage with very solid touches just like this. Especially now that 2 BP are gone. There's no incentive to need to use SBA to kill. Just use that meter to lay on plus frame after plus frame.
Prada was content to sit there and hold medium versions of specials. Those plus frame on plus frames. Gonna get the setup nor the damage. Gonna get thrown into the loser's side of the bracket.
That means Lazy Ruin going to move up to fight Iago next. A character Niers are not super happy about playing, but
is anybody?
Well, I mean, if you play 6, you might be perfectly fine with that. Playing some of that was super fast rush down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the changes that Fairy received this patch, I feel like got a lot of side eyes from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they did what to her far L? Her close medium is what clash level now?
Have you seen the hitbox on her far M now?
I haven't seen the hitbox viewer.
So it's like half of it's disjointed at frame 9, and then the hurtbox just catches up at frame 11. It's disgusting.
I'm gonna be sick.
And now it's at proper clash level. It's 9 frames too, so she gets to play round start versus a lot of characters now, when before she really had to either walk back and try and whiff punish or be very risky with something like 2U. It's really changed the game for Fairy in 2.0, even with the BC nerfs, as everyone joked about Iago's, like all these BCs Iago throws out now has normals to back up how good of a game sense Iago has.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Just like those BC nerfs changed the game for Granblue. Maggiorino has been changing the game for our online brackets for us. Fellas, still see 20 codes left to be claimed. Please get on in there and claim them up real quick before we start this match. Got a few seconds. That's all you need to go and claim a code, add 25 cents to the pot. And now we got Castile and Fredruary, 2 players who are going to be fighting for some of that later down.
And already Fred jumping in on Castile, has the corner secured, and it's just a matter of keeping the lockdown. He's doing a very solid job at it, using this PC nice and aggressively.
Even with the cost, spending it.
Run 6-6L, no fear of the 5U stance.
No fear of the teleport either. Got the punish, unfortunately dropped the combo. Still slowly but surely building that blade level. 4.5 now, 5 coming up soon. Just a quick tick on the stance. And now Fredruary is in danger.
Yeah, seeing the trade definitely better than the counter hit, but got the right hit necessary to claim that first round. Don't have to deal with blade level for just a little bit.
All right, you got to blade level 5. Start it back over. Try it. Corner. It's one of those things that the patch changed about Lucilius. You can get rushed down even harder than you did before. Now that blade level doesn't accrue quite as leniently, you gotta get some hits for it to be, or use the 5U.
And see Fredruary being very aggressive. Blade level 5 now unlocked, but then you have to get this next hit in order to kill. It's not gonna come out that soon. Just got a far L, but
Yep. I think that next hit will be no problem, Kofi. Castile's scooping Fredruary with the S-Carriot from mid-range.
just got the hit.
When you're at blade level 5, all you need is one. Very rarely does a character's health pool play that much into if blade level 5 confirm is going to kill or not. 9 times out of 10, yeah, you did.
Big whiff opportunity. The BC. Fortunately, Fred got a throw there when wanted. Most likely something else. Maybe a little far M. Maybe a little indecision moment between M and H.
The indecision not striking there. That H was confident from Fredruary. And the counter hit seal it out game 1.
Fred was just storming through this bracket. Trying to get a 4th 2-1 in the belt to move on to top 8. And you know, I'm a Fred believer. I think it can be done even with how good Castile is, especially on a confirm like that, using the Raging Strike just to keep Fred out.
Yeah, I think Castile thought they would build a little bit more meter in that confirm, have the Raging Chain. That would have been so good for the blade level gain if they had it.
So throw, trying to use that 2M, bait out Castile to make some sort of reversal happen. But we know that UL likes that 2M bait.
The 6XL counter hits 2. Not going to be going into the full spend. No more cooldowns, just going for the mix.
Yeah, keeping the meter here might be exactly what Fred needs, since that makes every confirm that much better. However, there's no chance to use it. Got hit by Lucilius blade level 5. And here comes bit rate loss with the base boost.
As if we haven't been having the issues with the stream already. Calm down, Kobe. You're gonna curse it even more.
Battle 2. Engage.
Castile been doing a phenomenal job of, even with the rushdown of Yule, getting blade level 5 damn near every round. The 5U usage has been on point for them.
Yeah, and it's been really just as an effect of how willing Castile is willing to use BC and Raging Strike to create that far distance. Because normally it's like you think Raging Strike you want to use in combos and you can get extra Oki, extra damage. But Castile is like there's third option, extra space.
Get that extra space, build that blade level. Doesn't have level 5 because you got it on the second hit.
Yeah. Fredruary has the work cut out. Has to get one more hit here. Won't build up into 100 in time. Might not even, yeah. The mix.
Quick slide to the left, slide to the right as Prada slides us a rate of 19. Shout outs to Prada.
There's that BC, the 2-8. That's just gonna be quite a lot of level gaining. Already at 3, inching up towards 4.
And that DP, need more time. Get this blade level 4.25 there, 4.5. Make it 5, but no combo.
That second hit, but there's the next hit needed. Castile is gonna be timed, set up. We're at 1-1. No 2-up spree for Fredruary anymore.
Yeah, the streak stops at the top 8 qualifier. You're not making top 8 without losing at least 1, says Castile.
Believe in victory.
A little bit of a mental pause there, making sure you can re-lock in. Last round, a little escape from Fredruary. This round definitely going to be different if Fredruary is writing the book.
It's going all Castile's way so far. 3.5 blade levels built up, and we're only 20 seconds into the round.
Castile ready for the combo not to happen there this time.
Castile got blade level 5 at 80 seconds on the clock. That has got to be record time. Castile doing a speed run there. Blade level 5, 1 confirm, set point for me.
What do you mean blade level gain got nerfed? Let me just keep hitting you over and over again.
As if you keep finding those stray hits, it's like nothing ever happened, right?
Exactly. Gosh, but Fredruary has the corner set up. Gets a hit on the flip out though. Great jump out.
And I love this choice of confirm from Castile. That combo builds 2 full blade levels on hit. Now comfortably above 3. The cooldowns are manageable now. The whiffs, not quite so much. Fredruary taking advantage.
Oh, the reset mid combo string is going to work out beautifully for Fredruary.
That point both ways. Castile and Fredruary both teetering on the edge of falling down to that loser's side. It's going to be a hell of a run for either of them. If they get sent down there, they want to stay alive and winners.
Yeah. Castile probably trying to use the really good counterplay on That hit stopped the Fox Flame from coming out. Slightly delayed enough to where Fredruary gets counter hit. Another big hit here. Going to be spent. Fredruary wants to give as little chance as possible for a comeback in this round.
With how liberally Castile has been using those Brave counters to build some space, to build blade level, take one off. Make him spend it. Minus on block. It's still your turn. Spend the second. Try and get something going.
Yeah, there is no room for error. Castile might be inching towards 4, might be close to 5, but even a throw is all Fredruary needs.
5 is here. One touch game both ways. Castile finds the Iscariot, but no cooldown. Can't extend the combo. Paradise Lost with the base boost. It is enough. Castile clutching it out at the very end to take it 2-1 over Fredruary.
That's going in the look at this Raz. Lucilius players, especially Castile, still making top 8 with no signs of stopping. All from Fredruary, just getting hit time and time again by these small hits, especially by 5U stance, and gets caught running. And the grab just scooped up Fredruary for a easy kill confirm.
Very nicely done. Castile successfully weathered the storm. And until I saw that base boost, I was so scared that combo wasn't going to be enough. Even with the blade level damage increase on the super, didn't have any cooldowns to combo beyond the Iscariot. No phosphorus for the launch up. All you had was super. It had to count, and it sure as hell did.
Yeah. It's like any other character would not be killing there, since there was 3 BP when Fredruary did get hit. With that 120% damage that's coming on from blade level 5, there's no question about it.
Yeah, it is absolute nuclear bomb being dropped with that Paradise Lost. Yeah. Phenomenal stuff to Castile qualifying for top 8.
Yeah, we'll be having to fight Fuselet as your reward, which is always a scary prospect. But hey, you made it to top 8. You can stand proud knowing that you're going to be fighting one of the best Vasaragas in the world. And now it's time to crown another top 8 competitor with Yoru Sensei and Dragalia.
Any bias here, Kopi?
No bias whatsoever.
No Narmaya Nation solidarity?
Why would there be bias in my good commentary?
I know Narmaya players stick together. Dragalia being, I think, the only one. Yeah, the only one still left in winners.
Yeah.
2B.
Fidgety still left in losers, but those are the last 2 remaining for tonight.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
It's gonna be a tough one. Winner of this will be fighting Iago. It's all difficult from here on out.
Got the 2L pulling up after plus 10. Yoru Sensei might be getting caught fuzzing just a little bit.
Brave counter off. Oh my goodness. Dragalia said I didn't get counter hit by that Brave VC, so I'll match. Gets counter hit there, but immediately you press him.
Baits out the BC, but that setup doesn't effectively allow Zetsuna to get that punish that Dragalia wanted.
Early spend on the SSBA from Yoru. No BP left on Dragalia makes this so much more threatening. One throw, second won't do it.
You transit out of the corner. His life total decreasing at a very fast pace. And the hit will snipe out. You flip as Char comes in with the raid. Thank you, homie. What a good run. Happy to see you out here tonight.
That JM from Yoru Sensei was so active. I saw the JM go out before Dragalia flipped, so I'm thinking to myself, surely it's going to whiff. Dragalia will slide on in there and get the round, but
And baits out that reversal, going for the B&B route. That'll steal off a round for Dragalia just as quick as Yoru Sensei took the last one.
Maybe even more so. Dragalia barely having a scratch on their back after that one. Yoru Sensei not one to be dissuaded so early. Even with Dragalia already forcing him into the corner, keep up with plus frames.
Looks like we're gonna be going for a loopy-loop setup here. Which one is Dragalia choosing? Looks like it's gonna take the meaty.
Build some space. This is how Yoru Sensei likes to just take back some ground. Guard cancel, doesn't matter if it's counter hit or not, that far heavy is coming, and then you get to take some more space after you make them respect that.
Okay. And then Yoru Sensei using that double jump to prime effectiveness, baiting out a throw from Dragalia. Dragalia is being more conservative than Yoru would like. This is going to be a very punishing combo.
And no, it doesn't quite kill, but it puts you nearly on chip. The flip to the left, flip to the right. Yoru Sensei not even knowing which way to look. Doesn't matter, the chip still counts.
Yeah, MZetsuna very, very easy when you jump over to get that hit. 32 frames of startup minimum is no joke.
Oh no. This 5H damage from 2B, no joke either. Even if it's not counter hit, because the Dragalia spent the 50 on the UDP, still more than
Usually U-Parry is the better DP to use in this matchup, as it will snipe 2B trying to do an air stall as her meaty option. But when you block, you get blocked.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that chat message. What you don't understand is that drag doesn't flips Dragalia. Can I get a translation on that?
I would love to help you out there, but unfortunately I'm just as confused as you are.
Dragalia not prone to such distractions though, keeping it locked in as they approach set point.
What a DP out and gets the JL into flip, but too far away from the corner for a pickup. Yeah, and all you get is 6XL there. There is way too few crumple frames for a good confirm.
That confirm just looks so goofy. 6XL and just stand there and say hi.
Oh, ran right into another 2-2U. Sensei, only one with one BP left. Whoever touches the other next in a prime way. There it is. Yoru Sensei tying it up.
Yoru Sensei, that pizza cutter of a JH, does not let you Crescent Moon by. It's gonna snipe it no matter what.
Regale sent to the corner. In Kagura stance, this is what 2B likes. There's no meter for Dragalia to make you parry work.
Now, gotta be a little bit wary of it, but last time Dragalia went for it, it was baited successfully. This time, not so much.
Tried to go for a throw, unfortunately, too far away. Little too much pushback.
Oh no, Kopi. Rid of the corner. Huh?
Didn't TK it, so just sent Dragalia flying up in the air. Fortunately, though, Yoru was not gonna get the punish in. Preemptive Brave counter turns into Raging Strike.
Just felt like after that whiff, Dragalia got scrambled a bit. The Hail Mary cross up on the transient, the Brave counter, so preemptive to try and take the turn back. Tough. Confirm, build some skill gauge back. Alia's winner's side hopes falling apart before their eyes.
What a great DP as a reaction to U-flip.
Baseballs, beautiful jab out, but those DPs from Yoru keep hitting.
Taking DP away from Yoru is definitely how Dragalia is going to get back into this. Just checks Yoru Sensei's reactions too far away for a close H confirmed.
Oh my god. Whips on the H flip. Gets the UDP. Still in the corner. The wall bounce connects. Dragalia stays alive.
Final game, final round. I don't think anyone would have expected this set to go any other way.
Players fighting tooth and nail for that last top 8 winners side slot. Sensei continue to block it out. First DP spent.
Protect. Spot dodges, but with that late of a spot dodge, can't be pressing buttons. Not with confidence.
Where doesn't quite connect this time. It worked last time, not this one. The counter hit confirmed from Dragalia, but mid-screen, so the damage is limited.
Yeah. Dragalia might have been able to put together a kill confirm with meter, but that's a snap decision that you have to make, and this is going to be close.
The start, this doesn't do too much after the flash. Is it enough? Not quite, and Dragalia not on chip out point.
Yeah, it can be a little more cautious here. You transient, but the spot dodge will make Dragalia have to eat 37 frames of recovery. And there it is. Yoru Sensei 2-1, moving on to top 8 to face, not surprisingly, Iago.
I was at my wit's end for that whole last 2 rounds. Those players bringing us on the knife's edge. Yoru Sensei being the one to edge it out, bringing out our top 8 winner side to Castile, Fuselet, Iago, Yoru Sensei, and Ashura being the first one to qualify in losers.
Yeah. And Dragalia is the last Narmaya left. J-Mom took it over. Fidgety's facing Fredruary. But we've got to give some time for those wonderful players to round out the top 8. Gonna be taking a very short little break here. Make sure while we do, you're looking up at that Matcherino, claiming those codes, giving us a nice surprise for as many of them as possible. Claim there's only 17 left. 5 minutes, y'all can definitely get that done.
Lucifer versus Vasaraga.
They just welcome back, everyone. Hope you didn't miss us too much because we are ready to bring you a wonderful top 8. And we have 6 of our 8 already established. We have Castile and Fuselet, who's going to be showing up first. Then Iago and Yoru Sensei. Down in losers, we have J-Mom and Ashura. And then Dragalia and Insurgent, Lazy Ruin and Regale are fighting for that last slot in the top 8 for tonight.
And we were talking about it, before we came back from the break. But Regale has been fighting for his life tonight. After losing round 1 to Fredruary, the Eustace killer up in winner's side, has made it all the way back to the losers top 8 qualifiers, going through G-Wizard, Grisk, Nick, Wing, Krylaws, and now potentially Lazy Ruin to make it here.
Yeah. Really, really tough run. I mean, even in general, just making a run from losers round 1 to top 8, no matter who you're facing, is very, very taxing, let alone you're having to do it against people who have top 8 in majors, who are going to be threats at the LCQ. All on a Wednesday night.
And the action is not stopping there. Castile versus Fuselet gonna be our first winners top 8 match.
Battle 1.
Ooh.
Engage.
It's gonna be a spicy one.
Already starting out, Fuselet gonna be sending Castile right away, but Castile's been very calm and very willing to be at these far ranges to get 5U set up and some extra blade level.
Lucilius does a pretty fair job at walling Vasaraga out. His projectiles have so many hits, the armor is a little bit less impactful than it is against some other characters.
All the armor tries to roll through, but Fireball going to be catching. Now the stomps are coming through, and what patience from Castile.
5, but spent the 25 on the super, so the damage isn't the highest. For a reset, grave counter blocked. Fuselet still trying to take his turn like it's the old patch. That's -2 now, baby.
I mean, sometimes you try and be a little greedy. Your opponent doesn't respect, or maybe isn't willing to, recognize, hey, that -2 now exists. I can still press. They get a little bit of hesitation.
Especially the rest of Vasaraga, who has slow buttons in general. Command grab, too slow though.
Uh-oh, back throw. Now it's going to be stomping in your face. Goes for the anti-air grab again. Castile just willing to sit and chill.
5 reached. Letting Fuselet walk it out. The double jumps to get past the armor and the reversal. Beautiful movement by Castile. But isn't it enough? Vasaraga's so beefy.
Yeah. Great use of the live total, the spot dodge. And without any BP, Fuselet's gonna find the reversal of fate.
Fuselet is built different, bro. Run up, double spot dodge to bait it out, and the punish as well. Fuselet is here for a reason.
Facing, trying to trap Castile into a bad decision. Being a little preemptive is turning out not in Fuselet's favor.
Still able to capitalize with the 50 meter. Built enough time for that cooldown on the Iscariot. Full blade level off that confirm.
Fireball right in. Fuselet going to be making Castile feel the weight of these consequences. However, a drop could spell doom for Fuselet very quick.
It'll certainly spell the loss of his last 2 bravery points. Force him to eat this mix-up. Has 50 meter if he wants to spend it, but ship out is approaching.
Yeah. Castile is going to try and keep as much distance as possible, and it works out beautifully to take game number 1.
I love the approach there from Castile. Saw Fuselet has 50, so the reversal is an option. Decided, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to stay way the hell over here and make you try and cross that distance.
Great jump on the command grab. Not going to let Fuselet get away with it for free.
Light teleport as well. Loading up so much blade level so early. Tried to guard cancel, but didn't get hit, and Fuselet was aware enough on the punish.
Yeah. You tackle in, rebuild Soulforge, and great responses. Fuselet now has Castile in a bad spot in the corner with the Raging Strike, and that is all in for Fuselet.
Yeah, whiffing Raging Strike is just about the worst spot you could possibly be in. The recovery on that is immense. Castile is... He's got to be heated after that one. Hold up instantly in round 2.
Great tech. Fuselet gonna force the hold down back, finds the gap and necessary to start busting out of the corner. Castile outspaces you, Fireball.
The medium version doesn't want the damage, wants that blade level 5. That's what's important. Now you got the cooldowns of only 3 seconds each. So much time in this mid-range, tossing fireballs or just trying to bait something from Fuselet.
Fuselet's having to really play around this double. That's a send, and it's not going to result in anything. It's a little bit of chip damage.
Fuselet did eventually get in. Castile with the teleport. Said, okay, you got in. I'm teleporting out. You better react. Fuselet was just a little bit too slow.
Castile looking to take another game very, very swiftly. Ball really is in Fuselet's court.
Very careful.
Oh no, the semi-charge. Look at how your life bar melts into a back throw. Woo.
Even though Castile doesn't have blade level 5, a back throw incident is still upon us. Doesn't use the Iscariot, opts for the knockdown, and wake up Soulforge is the option from Fuselet.
When it works, it works.
And it sure as hell does. Top 8 is where you most definitely need it to work out for Fuselet time zone.
Nice throw. Gonna be re-establishing Soulforge. Trying to set up a space where Fuselet gets to be able to stomp on in. There it is.
Forge, as you already have the 5U active, Soulforge itself gets that armor. Beautiful use of it to stuff out the Tessera.
And gets another hit. Fuselet just storming on ahead.
Stop getting flashbacks to the Castile's last match where it seemed so in the opponent's favor. It was flipped on a dime. This time, Castile having the tables turned on him.
5U steal some blade level away. And Ult just grabs Fuselet. Timed that perfectly. But Fuselet's not happy about being grabbed. Says, why don't you take one?
Steal, forcing that plus frame. The full blade level, now you're at 5. And this is where Fuselet's health bar is in danger. Vasaraga or not, any full confirm will kill. Fuselet knows it, so content to hold down back and eat these throws.
There is a limit to just take the throw, and we have started to reach it. Fuselet barely above chip out, and this will take Oh, never mind. Just tackles on in.
Command grab hits. Cancel from Castile to set up the chip. Beautiful scenario. There was nothing Fuselet could do there.
Yeah. Spins too much for you to spot dodge. Not going to be rolling through it. Don't have meter to reversal your way out.
You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Legitimate checkmate scenario, unfortunately, for Fuselet.
You fireball right through.
I love the recognition from Fuselet to pop that U instinction and force his way in.
Throw. Another throw.
Third?
Oh, it's never the third.
There it is. A little bit delayed, but we still picked it up. Oh, Fuselet finishing us off with the ultimate command grab and securing our first winner's final spot for the Vasaraga.
Yeah. And surprising very little people out there. I mean, Fuselet's one of those names you always see up there. Castile, though, such a close run in order to get 2 winners finals. Really just showing how strong you can still keep Lucilius and how terrifying a player like Castile, who is very willing to, ebb and flow with aggression, can just accelerate blade level 5 to, I think, sometimes like 20 seconds, maybe 15.
It really depends on how many stray hits you're getting and how much you're able to sit in 5U. Because if you're able to just chill there, throw a sword, maybe throw another one, chill there for a little bit, you're going to get blade level very quickly. And Castile feels like has been one of, if not the quickest to adapt to that change in Lucilius playstyle. Because previously you didn't see very much 5U usage. It's kind of an awkward tool to get used to. Castile is taking it like a fish to water.
Yeah. And, really, now that you mention it, not a ton of Luciliuses were using 5U as often as we saw Castile using it now. I mean, there wasn't too much reason to use it when your specials gave so much level on whiff. But like you said, now that we've come into this 2.0 era with how good 5U can build, it's going to be pretty important. And why Iago? I know the Vayne can cook, but okay.
Now we haven't seen Iago on stream thus far. So I need to know, has Iago, fellas in chat, has this been the run for Iago? Is this a Vayne run, or is this a 2B kind of thing?
I've seen Iago pull out Vayne occasionally. I don't know if Iago's been trying to solo brackets with Vayne. I don't see why when Fairy is pretty good right now.
I don't know. I've seen it before as well. Maybe just a 2B thing, since she has a whole lot of single hits in her kit for like the laser and whatnot. But you gotta set up that shield beforehand if you want to try and stuff out these 5Hs.
Yeah, and I mean, Yoru is just such a seasoned veteran of this game of, people trying to do everything they can to stop 5H from landing. That, look at the life totals. Iago already taken very, very far down.
Here with medium DP, it's a full confirm. Look at this damage.
I mean, this is where Vayne shines. He can't really do all that much damage to you if he gets grounded hits in the mid screen, but you give him an anti-air from anywhere, and you are getting absolutely demolished for it.
I do wonder, actually, going into it more, if this is a specifically 2B thing. Because one of 2B's most threatening tools is that air stall. And arm destruction from Vayne does not care about it in the slightest.
Are you in the air? Yes? Okay.
Yoru Sensei adapting that playstyle, not taken to the skies, playing a very solid ground game, blocking the DP and punishing accordingly.
Yep, just the no escape throw. Yoru Sensei taking that round. And this is probably gonna be a theme. Like you said, Yoru's just gonna stick to the ground. Deal. Oh, never mind. Immediately as I say that.
They had to prove you wrong immediately, Kopi. That's just how it works around here. No tagged, but already on that 5U. Hello? Wake up 2 and 4M works, but didn't get anything off of it.
It's gonna be a little sigh of relief for Yoru Sensei in the moment. However, Iago got that hit and now is taking game number 1.
Believe in victory.
Can I get some broken ass Vayne in chat, fellas?
I wasn't gonna say it.
Iago is cooking up with this guy.
Maybe this is the 2B counter the Granblue community has needed.
Maybe so. Maybe Iago's showing us the future. But the counter hit is the only thing in Iago's future. A corner carry combo is soon to follow.
Wow, got to jump over, get a punish to boot. And now Yoru Sensei is in complete control with the corner unlocked.
Are they gonna build enough meter? No. 2B's meter gain rather low on those light confirms. Didn't have to spend there, but good frame traps afterwards, more than enough.
Battle 2. Engage.
Gut clip?
What? The hitbox of that move not active until Vayne hits the ground, but I guess it's tall enough that it caught the falling JM.
Nice parry there. Gonna send it on in, tried to raging strike, but Yoru Sensei ready to press when necessary, gets another counter hit. Things are not looking good for Iago here.
And 1BP back to the corner, spaced out in the 2B box. Does this connect?
Too far away for animation. Oh my gosh, just sending it.
That went over the laser? I think, Kopi, I think I've seen more 2 and 4M in this match tonight than I have in the almost year since Vayne came out.
Yeah. Iago is giving us a show for sure. You know what? I am here for it.
That's one of the U for the beautiful lost frames.
Uh-oh, got 5H counter hit with a BP missing enough to get Brave penalty. Build up to 50 is not gonna be able to seal it out. Maybe Raging Strike, Raging Chain would have done it there. That's a lab situation for sure.
They got the close confirmed, but didn't go into the auto combo. Maybe could have gotten an SSBA there.
Oh, got the clip on a backdash. You shield.
Iago snipes out with the U energy destruction just quick enough, and Yoru Sensei will fall to losers. Vayne taking Iago to a winner's finals visit.
Wow. Would not have thought going into this that the Vayne choice from Iago would end up with a 2-0 over Yoru Sensei. But that can just be the strength of such a player like Iago, pulling up a character purely to defeat 2B.
I have no words. It's a pure masterclass from Iago there, showing us that Vayne might have something special that we might just not have been looking in the right places.
We might not have had the heart necessary to send 2-1 for him like Iago does it.
Dude, I can tell you what I was, when I think of Vayne, right? the first thing that comes to mind is okay, a lot of one for all setups followed by energy destruction to hold that neutral ground. And Iago said, forget all that. 2 and 4M is so long. I'm just gonna let it rip. Goes over 2B's sweep, goes over her laser. It even anti-aired once. What more could you want?
Yeah. And you know, just like Impurest put up in the chat, that definitely warrants cleaning out this match arena just for the pure showmanship that we got. Because now that Iago is in top 3, all the codes that you're claiming directly goes to help not only Fuselet, but also Iago. Give a little bit of a treat for that. Pay your due diligence for it. And definitely will appreciate.
I see 200 of y'all in chat, and we got 10 codes left to claim. Come on. Just hit that exclamation mark Matcherino. It's 30 seconds out of your day. We can be in and out nice and easy.
Exactly. And then also, if you do have some spare change, maybe, pockets looking a little more full than you expected at the end of the week. Payday is up in 2 days for some people.
Tax return season, baby.
That too. The generosity will always be appreciated for anyone who opens up their wallet to help these players even more than just claiming a simple code does.
There's also those sponsor quests on the side for things like following players or orgs on various social medias. Granblue Extraordinaire, Arc World Tour Qualifier, Aaron the Mac. Follow him on Twitter. It puts 20 cents into the pool. So, do that if you want.
And now we have the first and potentially only mirror on stream of the Eustace variety, Regale and Insurgent.
I cannot believe that Regale made it through a 6-game losers run to top 8 to cap it off with a Eustace mirror against Insurgent. I saw them in chat earlier, both saying, dude, I made it this far to play the mirror. Are you kidding me?
Here goes Rat Race. Yeah, just gonna be holding it on out. Gets delayed.
Insurgent, of course, rocking the white Regale with the black duds, purple hair.
Just stagger pressure. Regale just needing to wait much longer to find an actual way out. The charged shots. The U variety.
Yay. Boom. There it is. Round 1 for Insurgent.
Battle 2. Engage.
I think that may be the longest round 1 we've had here tonight. The first 30 seconds of it were just them taking pot shots at the mid-range, not wanting to be that first one to commit to a run-in.
Yeah, I mean, that's what kind of happens when you have, not only a mirror, the handshake, but also players are used to being a little more defensive in matchups.
They're both like, one of us has to be the aggressor. Who's it gonna be? Yeah. I don't want to do it.
One of us has to overextend first.
The second U grenade detonated it a little bit early, so no connection there.
Spot dodge getting clipped out by the rat race, yellow rat race.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Insurgent honestly looking in complete control throughout both of those rounds. It felt like, regardless of Regale's attempts to put on the pressure with U grenade into the DP setups, Insurgent doesn't care. He knows the setups. He knows what this character does. He's just gonna hold down back.
Is ready at every turn, especially with these U shots. When Regale is trying to go for a more slower, maybe trying to attempt charge shot. That is going to clean up yet another round. And even though these rounds are lasting 30 seconds or more, it's just been 30 seconds of Insurgent in the driver's seat.
All that happening because Regale got caught crouching in the corner. That extra frame of hit stun doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it opens up so many combo potential.
That's kind of the paradox of the one frame. You think it's not a big deal to get one frame more, and then all of a sudden in practice it's like, oh, I just needed one frame.
Yeah, oh, Eustace can do what to me because I got hit crouching? Hello? Gale this time getting caught, taking a throw. Another U grenade could seal the end of his bracket run here today. Chip is racking up.
Oh, there we go, slide on out of the corner. Now it is time for Insurgent to feel the pain of this pressure. There's no meter for Regale to really enforce a lockdown. Has to be respectful of UDP and too respectful. Insurgent will take the set 2-0.
Respecting that UDP like you were talking about led to a bit of hesitation from Regale, and Insurgent snuck that 2M on in there. Oh, what a run. Regale making it all the way from round 1 losers. Unfortunately, it had to be the mirror in round 1 of top 8, but them's the breaks sometimes. It was a phenomenal run regardless.
Yeah. And I mean, you can always look at the bright side. That means Eustace guaranteed at least 7th and 5th on that top 8 banner.
I know Insurgent's not going to be content with 5th, though. He's
yeah.
trying to make it all the way.
If there's one thing I've seen about Insurgent and losers top 8 runs, Insurgent likes to get back up to grands, at the very least.
He's one of the most clutch players in Granblue versus Rising. He'll make it happen. Castile is a hell of a roadblock in his way, though. We'll have to see how that shakes out when we get to it. But we have another losers match to go for. J-Mom and Ashura
versus Siegfried.
Or Siegfried and Ladiva for our viewers' enjoyment tonight.
Successful parry?
Yeah.
I'm looking
Already
at chat.
started out too.
The first thing I pan over to after looking at chat is a parry coming out from Ashura.
The trade of 2U there. Never would have thought that would happen. Unfortunately, couldn't get the confirm.
J-Mom going to be finding one of his own. Not going to build enough for the maximum love bomb. Just going to have to sit Ashura down in the corner and go for a raw one afterwards.
I mean, you were blocking on Wake Up expecting the meaty. You've always got to remember, there is a command grab super just awaiting your respect.
Ladiva having 2 versions of that super is so tricky. You could use the Lariat version to confirm, the grab version to reset, or snipe out safe jumps if you're really feeling ballsy.
Yeah, that is common wisdom, is to not safe jump Ladiva when she has 100.
J-Mom's light confirms are so good.
They really are.
There's one thing he does super well. It's finding those 5Ls, 2Ls, and confirming them into so much carry.
I mean, that's what you have to do on Ladiva, is you have to make the most out of every single confirm that you're granted. Just like this. Not going to be finding a kill, but yeah, you're going to have to guess strike or throw. And unfortunately, Ashura was not able to guess right that instance.
It's that classic textbook round ends from J-Mom. Not getting risky with it, not hazarding that command grab to seal it out, saying, I bet you're going to try and wiggle. I know you think I'm going to command grab you. It's not happening.
Turning back to the lobby. Potential character swap, potential stage swap even.
Just a quick breather. Ashura For as long as I've known them as a Granblue player has been Siegfried through and through. Maybe the vibes on that stage were lacking a little bit. We're going to the Coliseum.
The good old vanilla net play special.
We gotta have the proper venue for this showmanship they're displaying in top 8.
True. You got me there.
The boat's not cutting it. We got grandstands here. This is what we're all about.
Oh,
Lariat into Lariat? 6L into 6XL?
There's some frame kills going on of an esoteric variety.
But they're working out for J-Mom so far. The spot dodge not so nice to him though. As Asher has got cleaned up off of that one.
Yeah. No, Asher's gonna absolutely take a slightly mistimed spot dodge all the way to the bank. That is going to be the key when you've got J-Mom who's just been super solid at max damage confirmed.
You gotta make them of your own. With Ladiva having so much health to chew through, you gotta make sure that your damage is just as high as hers.
I mean, Sensei also has more health to chew through as well. Just so happens Ladiva has some very punishing tools at her disposal.
This one's not gonna be too much damage, but the punishment coming in the form of corner carry and you having to spend that BP with your back against the wall.
Tries the anti-air grab, but Asher too high up for it to land, and that's going to be tying up the set.
I think that hairstyle from the JU bought Ashura the remainder of that height to get over the grab.
Oh, what in the 2U? Once again, all the way to the corner. Asher just sweeping way out. And the U Orton.
J-Bomb did not believe Asher was going to go for a meaty there. Coming up correct. Asher maybe empty throw, empty low, something.
UDP coming out. Asher not wanting to hold J-Mom's Oki whatsoever.
Connection into the pile driver. Doesn't quite kill.
Not on chip out either. Not that Ladiva excels at chipping characters out in the first place.
Tragedy for J-Bomb. Keeping it meaty. The textbook play, unfortunately, biting him this time. Ashura knowing that J-Mom likes to go for that meaty.
It looks like an attempt from J-Mom to 2H the air assault on the way down. The U Lariat's gonna get swept on by, but not this 2U.
For Ashura, it's do or die now for J-Mom. 50 meter in the tank. Guard cancel is blocked.
Another 2U. Blocks the DP this time, although you still have one more instance of UDP to go through if you're J-Mom here.
Is he gonna come out immediately? No, Ashura press it on wake up and get stuffed out.
I've been trying to, play the mind game, the chess where checkers were played. Unfortunately, J-Mom was like, nah, I will accept a UDP if it comes out. Eat my meaty.
Yeah, you think you're gonna make me afraid? Absolutely not. Ashura not showing much fear either. This is Ashura out. The preemptive spot dodge connects. That's all the meter off of Ashura gone.
And all the BP too. What, the spot dodge getting caught too far away for a full confirm. It does not matter though. This UDP will end it. Ashura taking the set 2-1 over J-Mob. We'll be fighting Yoru Sensei.
That UDP being the crux of Ashura's comebacks in that match. So many rounds, so many situations brought his way because of a well-timed UDP. Beautiful stuff from Ashura.
Yeah, and you know, being really liberal with UDP usages, especially, you know, J-Mon was just getting caught out time and time again. And when they did get blocked, it was oftentimes not at a punishable enough life total where Ashura was just dead from it. Either Ashura had another UDP to send or just had enough life left in the tank. Be like, all right, you baited out my UDP. We go next.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful recognition of the states of the resources there. Again, the showmanship really showing up for our top 8 players. And I gotta say, I think these players deserve to be rewarded for that. Kopi, how can these players do that?
Yeah, there's 3 codes left is the match arena, and then we don't have to, you know, talk about claiming any of the codes. As always, there's always sponsor requests, you know, any generosity from your own wallets if available, definitely welcomed. And okay, Insurgent.
Huh. For me personally, this is a first. I have not been privy to the Insurgent Versusia.
I haven't either. We're both getting a treat to a new character today.
I personally think the Lucilius into Eustace is not the most fun thing for Eustace, as a Lucilius player myself. So I can understand being like, all right, you know, I'll try it out. Versusia also, I think we were talking about it earlier, one of the power picks people are thinking these days. It's working out wonderfully for Insurgent.
And speaking of working out wonderfully, her 5L might be slow, but it does have quite the clash level and quite the range on it.
Battle 2. Engage.
Nice teleport right in, immediately building up with 5U. Especially when Insurgent doesn't have 50 meter to lariat on in or use that U orb to cover the space. What a 5U, just tried to send it. Unfortunately, Insurgent was not in range for Castile's punish, and there's that SBA always animates.
With the ball, but not close enough.
Farham just clipping out Insurgent on the way out and immediately finds a hit with EX Lariat. This Versusia's kind of cooking.
It's working out so well for Insurgent. The 214H is such a jump scare. When you have that the 5U install to make it safe, you can be so liberal with that user.
Absolutely can. Tried to get the 623 column coming out, but Castile just read it. Oh my, the dash up SBA.
A lot of SBAs would just lose in that situation, but Versusia's is so invincible. It goes all the way through it.
Yeah, and it's just so fast too on its forward momentum.
No L Iblis and neutral left unchecked when Insurgent has 100.
And no running up either. That 2M, such a terrifying button.
stop sign. And speaking of a jump scare, Insurgent, just let it rip.
Oh my, wakes up, says it's time for 5L.
5L counter hit. Castile already halfway through that blade level counter.
Looping these hits, Insurgent's getting caught pressing something. This is such a long time being stuck on the ground in the combo state. Finally popping up Insurgent, and that's enough for a kill.
Betting it all 100-meter on those Iblis. Like you said, it burns so much time. That's an incredible amount of cooldown refund that you can get in that time period, and Castile using it so well.
Oh my gosh, the pressure is just such a good stagger that, you know, Castile really had to choose and commit, and found a good commit too.
Absolutely good. Spot dodge from Castile though, getting away from the U. Face that orb. Guard cancel off. So close to blade level 5.
Nice. Now Insurgent has got Castile in the corner, gets a shimmy, and you know what that means. Your life forfeit. Insurgent will take it over. Castile 2-0. Moving nice on to that losers semifinal.
Stuff for Insurgent, whipping out the Versusia when it mattered, and showing absolute dominance with that pick. I love to see it.
Yeah. And that's gonna, let me see, I'm taking a look here. Yeah, Insurgent's gonna be get put on the leaderboard for this tour very nicely with this loser semifinal at minimum. And if you also want to check out, you know, more information about this format, maybe for all 2 other games, because Melty Blood Type Lumina and Uni 2 are also a part of this, make sure you get to that exclamation point tour. You get to see the leaderboards, who is at what points, what character they're playing too. So they're playing multiple characters, you know, like Destin pulls up with that Vicala and Cag. Insurgent's gonna be up there with Eustace and Versusia. It's a lot of good information that's being wonderfully and hard worked on.
Absolutely. Shout outs to Imp and the WASD Productions for all that.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh my J8. Okay.
We're starting off like that. We're both taking to the skies.
You know, there are a couple characters who can take to the skies very well. Usually Siegfried is not one that comes to mind.
He has pretty competent jump-ins, but you know, when faced with 2B of all characters on their side, any jump-in looks pretty good.
Oh my gosh, the back throw. Yep, you have to eat this. But unfortunately, Ashra getting hit. Something was
Ashra trying to rip the 2-4L on round start. Ripping his health bar open in this left corner.
Combo Limit coming out to save Ashra's life and get the jump on the throw. That's a great step forward for Ashra to claim this round instead of Yoru Sensei getting game 1 on the board.
Get the confirm. Great stuff from Ashra.
Would this be it? Don't build 100. Unfortunately, Combo Limit says no. chip out, and Yoru gambles on the DP. Ashura had the life to spare.
Yeah, that was such good patience from Ashura, not being too zealous on that chip out attempt. Oh no, close heavy starter. Yoru, what did you do?
Brave counter out. Brave countering back into the corner. Yoru Sensei says you're going to have to invest a little bit more if you want to stop paying rent there.
All right, Ashura, he'll invest 50 meter. Is that good enough?
Spot done. Now, just jumps straight over the Orcon. Unfortunately, could not get a good punish on it. But that DP will absolutely stop an attempt at an air stall.
On the whiff side,
No way. What a catch from Yoru. And this will absolutely not kill thanks to combo limit.
I love that jump out from Ashura.
Oh.
What? Didn't have the damage to chip out, was way too far away. I don't know if that was
victory. Battle 1.
it's unfortunate for Ashura.
Sometimes the send of a DP like that at those very tense, low health situations can work out wonderfully. But more times than not, it really does just end up with that DP getting blocked.
Sensei will be taking full advantage of that. One game up in loser's side. Still in the first of two, so that matters so much.
That's the first time I've seen 2B 2H whiff, and this year actually.
It is the most vertical 2H. Definitely a rarity to see that thing whiffing.
Battle 2. Engage.
Oh my gosh. What a round start that happened. The tether on in straight into getting DP'd away.
Ashura's DPs, for the most part, feel like they are very on point. It's just that the ones that are off have been the most impactful in this particular set.
Oh my gosh, speaking of on point DPs, another one added to the tally.
Sensei's health draining, but Ashura's quick to follow. He's gonna get SBA off of this.
Yeah, and that'll be a scary situation in the corner. Ashura does have 50 meter, and the run-up throw is not going to do anything, but this counter hit Raging Strike surely will.
Oh man, the tragedy of running into Raging Strike, getting hit by it raw, especially when you are in loser side, and that puts you on elimination point. Ashura's gotta recover from that mental.
This time, Yoru Sensei's 2H reached for the skies, found the stars, whiffs again though the second time around.
Those active frames, spending one. Ashura not afraid.
I'm just a little bit of a confirm there. Tries to go for a 5-8 anti-air this time, and that might spell doom for Yoru Sensei. Not going to animate too far away.
Yeah, didn't go into the Orkin, so couldn't get the animation. Wasn't close enough. Bends the crown, gets the air unblockable. Such a phenomenal setup by Yoru Sensei. And the self-destruct just to cap it off in style. Beautiful execution from Yoru. No notes, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that was great. Saw the Volts, got worried, jumping in the air. Volt still is a stop sign. even if they took away the it wins on tech, and you know, just unblockable into that self-destruct stylish ender for sure.
No more silly, you know, trade combos like she used to get, but the air unblockables are still there. True mastery of that situation with 2B.
Yeah, and that sets up our losers finals beautifully. But you know, you don't really make someone play multiple sets in a row just yet. Thank you everyone for claiming all those codes in the Matcherito. As always, sponsor quests are there, able to be done at any time to add extra free money to that prize pool, as well as the generosity of anyone who has the funds willing to spare. I know times may not be right for tonight, you know, something to keep in the back of your mind. If there is a time, we would very much appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for claiming all those codes. Makes us out here shilling it happy. It makes the people behind the scenes happy. The players as well get to fight for something.
Yeah. You know, this is going to be a very, very nice treat. We're going to see Vasaraga and most definitely Fairy. I don't see Iago pulling out the vein again, even if it would be a very, very fun time.
It would be a pretty fun time, but in the current landscape of Granblue versus Rising, I think Fairy is the far and away obvious choice. Even when Fairy was a less strong character than she is now, it's always been that typical tank into person with half screen normals matchup, right? And now that Fairy has a hit scan far light and some crazy medium buttons, it's kind of tough out here.
Hit scan far light. What a statement.
It's so fast now. I don't know why they made it faster.
Oh, they decided, you know, we punished Fairy for too long for her crimes in vanilla. Let's give her some things back.
They most certainly did. These players are going to be giving us an absolute show. We're letting the intros rock as we get into the first of threes here tonight. Winners finals between Iago and Fuselet.
Fuselet immediately just respecting Iago. Tries to jump in. Fortunately, Iago's taking this at a nice slow pace, ready for anti-air Beppo.
What?
Huh?
Awareness from Fuselet. Yeah. That clash. He was already prepared to spot dodge the U hula hoop.
Absolutely. And also, Boston Blue beat with a massive raid. Welcome in everyone to our winners final. We're just getting started here with Iago and Fuselet. Hopefully y'all's tournament went amazing and you're here for some very good Granblue.
Iago showing us some damn good Granblue, utilizing that ball to stuff out the armored approach from Fuselet to the far light. Close off that little bit of healthy enemy.
Uh-oh, things are not going good in this round. Fuselet, you know, saying, you used SBA to armor break me. I don't like that.
What I do like is Lid hitting this with the subscription. Shout out to Lid.
Oh, Lid, you missed the Iago Vayne.
True.
We had Vayne versus 2B up here earlier. We might see it again, too.
That all depends on how the result of this match goes. If Iago ends up in winners finals, or grand finals, winners side, excuse me, we might not get to see that Vayne again.
Right now, Iago is on SSBA health. Fuselet still a very healthy chunk. And yeah, Beppo, not gonna be enough.
Beppo, try as he might, only has 3 hits, and that you follow up. Great Scythe grin off, having way more than that to eat up.
Nice Soul Forge coming, but Beppo not gonna be coming out just yet. Not gonna be fearing any jump from Voss anytime soon.
Slowly racking up, and now that Fuselet has spent that Soul Forge, a guard cancel from Iago, and a backup to buy some space.
Iago probably trying to break the armor there on Fuselet's approach. Fortunately, with no really good multi-hitting moves. Oh my gosh, the back throw into SBA?
Confirm with the drag in. Iago able to make that one lethal.
Believe in victory.
Never did I think I'd see the day where Fairy is gripping Basaraga for 30%. Huh? Not at all on my bingo sheet for tonight's bracket, but Iago is showing absolute mastery of the situations here.
Gonna get you whip here. The U tackle. Yeah, not gonna be broken by the GG. No fear from a little homie neutral.
Back into the corner. That side swap so potent. GG is back. The homie has returned. Hold down this Basaraga. I don't want him anywhere near.
Swinging, trying to bait Fuselet to be very committal, but that commit is not there. Stuffs Soul Forge just in time.
Iago is stutter stepping, getting closer and closer to 100 meters. Not gonna spend it. Not having a chance.
Battle 2. Engage.
The whole last bit of that round, to see Iago just walking back and forth, trying to get to 100 meters so you can send out the ball and wall Fuselet off. Fuselet was very aware of that and made his approach right before Iago had that opportunity.
Oh, gonna just swing on by it. Fuselet trying to just stomp away, but getting away from Fairy is not an easy task.
It is not in the slightest. Have to eat one more Oki situation here. The ball. GG down. Off finds one. Brave counter is through. Another command grab.
Uh-oh. Now Iago is looking poised to take this to game 2 advantage, which would be a large ask for Fuselet to win 3 games in a row. But Iago's been just so good.
Has absolutely been stuffing Fuselet out, but he found an EX tackle. The armor goes through. Are we gonna spend the 100? Absolutely. Look at Fairy's health bar. Fragile character is getting evaporated.
14k health, punishment time. Fuselet just needing a singular grab. And ties the set count up. What looked from us speculating that Iago might be up 2-0 just quickly vanished.
That does so much for Fuselet in terms of momentum. Had Iago taken that round, Fuselet is back up against the wall in a do-or-die situation, having to win 3 straight. That little bit of extra leeway means so much in terms of breathing.
Absolutely. This next game does give an advantage to whoever wins it, but it's not going to seal the deal if Fuselet or Iago loses. You could be a little more risky. You can try and take some higher value options that might end up getting you killed a lot sooner than they would normally. I mean, now's the time to just lay it all on the table. You don't want to leave anything unsaid.
More mix-up, strike or throw, safe jump.
Yeah.
Punish, but not the hit afterwards. This is a kind of awkward situation there on the SSBA. I thought for sure Iago's gonna be able to punish that, but then nothing happened. I was like, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's such a rare time to even see SSBA come out from Vasaraga.
Definitely a rarity as Vasaraga is often using the cooldown, or the meter, excuse me, on like other reversals, or the fireball and whatnot. Might have to spend some of that on perhaps a tackle to try and get out of this corner. 100 meters spent by Iago for the orb. Fuselet is back against the ropes.
But unfortunately, oh, actually, no, the Curse Forge actually does get enough time to activate, even with the hit at the end.
Weird. And the startup of the armor not fast enough for medium. Puts Iago up 2-1.
Might be armor, but armor is not the same thing as being invincible. Sometimes you gotta take that risk, but otherwise it's just you get hit and killed through it anyway.
Iago in a powerful position now. Well, maybe not so much after getting stomped on like that.
Yeah. I mean, forcing that last hit though, one with infinite super armor. I mean, not the worst ends of punishment, although you're never happy having to give up 50 meter.
Moved again, the invincible one this time.
Yeah, and there's still Curse Forge online, making another one prime punishment.
Forge is so good at baiting out those brave guys.
Full Forge back on. Oh, just command grab. It's been such effective tool Fuselet's been using. However, oh, 5U usage? And my Granblue?
I feel like I usually see that button used for the chip damage, not for the knockdown mid-screen.
And it's not like the buff it received helped it be a knockdown use.
We'll take what we can get. Iago able to maneuver around that U command grab. GG always the homie setting up for the confirm. Beppo for the alley-oop.
Really wants to tell Fuselet you're not using armor.
With a button, GG still got me. Always the homie, always reliable.
Gets the stomps. 50 meter, no brave points. There goes you. Oh, GG, was it enough? That could have been a trade situation.
I can't believe that jump medium didn't do enough damage to kill Fairy. Scooped.
Oh, the back throw?
It's a bad spot for Fuselet to be in. Tried to go for the U tackle, but got meaty out of it.
Alright. Fuselet still has enough life to eat. 2 situations. This next one is going to end up being lethal. What is the option? The instant overhead, the first time Iago's chosen to go for it tonight, works out wonderfully.
When you're in the corner, in that blender, ain't a damn thing you can do but pray and guess for your life. And sometimes those guesses just don't pan out for you. Iago, great showing on the ferry, taking us 3-1 and sitting in winner's side of grand finals.
Yeah. Very comfortable spot. The most comfortable you can be even in a bracket where you get to just watch 3 other people fight it out tooth and nail just to get a chance to fight you.
That losers bracket is definitely going to be fighting tooth and nail. Insurgent and Yoru Sensei, the RFL team kill for our winners, or not winners, losers semifinals. Our last first of two of the night. Winner of that gets to fight Fuselet, and then someone has to challenge Iago to 2 whole sets.
Yeah. Right, you know, even just fighting 1 set against Iago is fair if it's not Yoru Sensei, because it's assuming that the Vayne is actually the anti-2B tag. Like, fighting 1 set is already stressful enough, but you come up to me and say, oh yeah, if you want to win tonight's bracket, you've got to do it twice in a row. After
That's
such a long and tough night already?
That's a hell of an ask.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That is a difficult one for sure. There's a reason why Iago is so highly rated in the tour so far. At 4th place, looking to make that a much better showing after our points update from tonight.
Yeah. I mean, depending on where Iago ends it off, might just shoot all the way up to 1st.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
We'll have to see how the evening shakes out. Our last first of 2 of the evening. Insurgent back on the Eustace. And Yoru Sensei, of course, on the 2B.
Absolutely. You know, this definitely is going to be quite a lot faster of a set than we saw Insurgent's first top 8. Either Insurgent's dying fast, or Yoru Sensei just going to be getting clipped time and time again like we're seeing right now.
Yeah, Yoru Sensei, even after whipping the guard cancel, is swinging and finding purchase.
Tries to roll. Fortunately, it's a little awkward of a timing if you're wanting to roll through that slam down.
He'll be very precise on it. Insurgent's going to be very precise if he wants to close out this round. Finds the EX from full screen, but it's not enough, not close enough for the follow-up.
Goes for the U shots, but did not find a hit, so still had to be respectful of Volt. And a spot dodge, missed time coming out for Insurgent, letting Yoru Sensei claim that round.
Going.
Tries to bust out with the EX orb. Not gonna find guaranteed out of the corner. Still in threat range. This, however,
it's certainly threatening. SBA damage is gonna hurt with that 1 VP damage bonus.
there's still UDP available. Never mind, we're gonna be shipping some damage over, and to the next round we go. No DP for Yoru Sensei anymore.
As a reminder to those in chat, this is still first of 2. Game 1 matters a little bit more than it did in our previous set, and with DPs, when you're on 1-to-1 in rounds, matter a whole hell of a lot.
Thankfully, though, for Insurgent, there's no BP that can be stolen away early enough in the round where meter cash outs are not really an option.
They're getting to those thresholds, though. Yoru having 100 meter of his own. Insurgent going to be coming up on it pretty soon, especially with the extended confirm that unfortunately drops prematurely.
Yeah. However, if you drop one confirm, just pick up another, and that will be Insurgent claiming game number 1.
Is as they say, when one door closes, another opens. A drop combo is just an opportunity for a light confirm into Raging Strike.
A dropportunity, one might say.
Absolutely might. Insurgent finding another one of them. Bashing on Wake Up right after Yoru's knockdown.
This really is the Eustace zone. You have to be fearful of so many options from 6XL to Rat Race. And Yoru Sensei is just getting caught out time and time again.
Yeah, it keeps happening. Yoru trying to take to the skies, but the Flamek Thunder is so good at covering just about that minimum jump height distance.
Nice DP coming out from Insurgent, really saying, Yoru Sensei, this airspace, not yours. It is mine.
What better way to drive that message home than finding confirm off of the slow kill up bounce?
Sensei though, nice, getting a confirmed immediate UDP. Insurgent's holding nothing. And I mean, Yoru Sensei hasn't been enforcing Insurgent's ability to just sit there, hold down back, or blocking that UDP.
It's jumped away from, but the slow kill confirms. Hey, Yoru said, get me away from this thing. I don't want to be anywhere near you, Grenade.
Yeah, green usually means go, but in this matchup, seeing that flash of green, that is a stop sign for sure.
That's a quick U-turn in reverse. I'm out of here. Yoru Sensei trying to put a U-turn on the trajectory of this set as well. If he can get one more, we're tied up.
A good parry is a great first step. However, it's a journey that Yoru Sensei is on, and you can only start it. It's not going to finish, not this quick.
It's a long journey, especially against the Eustace with that mid-range to full screen presence.
Delays on the Volt trying to catch out Insurgent.
Doesn't quite make it.
Good block on the Solar Flare too. That's a nasty RPS that Insurgent likes to set up between that and the throw bait. Sometimes even just doing nothing and then trying to cheese out a throw on you.
Speaking of throw baits, Yoru Sensei not biting on that one. And one hit for Yoru Sensei at this point honestly will be the death of him. With one DP and Insurgent with that much meter.
Jumping is still a huge risk to H. Now there's 25 meter for Raging Strike, Raging Chain.
In the sweet spot, the throw. Just reaching out to catch that grenade from Insurgent. Insurgent said, hey, yo, catch real quick.
Yeah, Yoru Sensei played to catch, although with such a low life total, all that spoke was just a go home in fourth place. Great run to Yoru Sensei. Always a treat, especially seeing how strong Yoru Sensei and how good of runs we've been seeing recently. Just, now it's Insurgent's time. Showing against Fuselet wants this nice grand finals position.
Be it trying to cap off that loser's side run at that grand finals. Insurgent went down into loser's side relatively early in tonight's bracket. Down in losers round 4. Having to go through Salts, Dragalia, Regale, Castile, Yoru Sensei, and the final objective in the loser side of the bracket, Fuselet.
Yeah, Fuselet is definitely one of those players that, you know, you see is a gigantic brick wall, multi-layered even. And it is up to you to not be the big bad wolf that got stopped by the brick house.
A brick house Vasaraga certainly
Believe in
is.
victory. Battle one.
Well, let's see if Insurgent can huff and puff and blow it all down. That's gonna be a tough order.
Great.
Good throw tech.
Double roll, so good by Fuselet. The command grab gets some extra credit.
And their Soul Forge. You don't want to be a little too risky. Tries to do it again, try and catch Insurgent being a little too advance happy.
Oh, you still got the rat race on? Never mind, the Instinction will take it off. Won't be enough to seal out the round, I don't believe.
No, but I mean, you're left on such low life against a Soul Forged Fuselet that has 50 meter. I'm surprised we didn't see 667 start coming out from Fuselet there.
That's gotta be the end of the set special, you know? Fuselet is the 6-6-Emmer, but I feel like that's a game 3 at least kind of maneuver.
Yeah. Usually, but I mean, Fuselet is a player full of surprises.
That's true. On, but for how long?
Not very long.
Insurgent has been sticking Fuselet with these heavy grenades, but very, very few of them have actually exploded.
Fuselet's just been very content to sit there, just take the chip damage. Unfortunately, gets right on the high, but on the low gets caught out instead.
Enough. Set this up and jump. Now, I don't know what Fuselet went for. Oh, this tackle?
Battle three.
Yeah, that was you tackle.
Pretty bold challenge there on the light follow-up to Savage Rampage. That thing has, like, no recovery.
It definitely is. You know, you want to start taking your turn back, but you do want to have a little bit of caution. Oh, and there comes a U command grab. Big old stop sign for Fuselet's pressure.
Yeah, I think the stop sign went both ways. That's a four-way
Yeah.
stop right there. Fuselet stanced up in front of Insurgent and said, all right, who's going to flinch first? Who's got the right of way?
Oh, the roll? Unfortunately, Insurgent was ready to catch it, but
Believe in victory. Battle
Got
one.
it. Game 1. Insurgent making a case for being able to blow down even a brick house.
uh-oh, baited out the BC. Unfortunately, though, wasn't able to catch out on that close age counter hit.
Get some extra credit on that roll catch, but honestly for Fuselet, that's not a bad time to do it. Insurgent had no resources to make that really hard.
Yeah, and that's the perfect time, especially, you know, you're playing Vox, you have a higher health, you can afford to make one of those risks. And then look how well it's turned out. The UDP is being forced out from Insurgent, the throw going the wrong direction. Insurgent cleaning up another round.
Couple too many risks there for Fuselet, trying desperately to hold on to momentum that Vasaraga sorely needs when he's nearing chip out point against his owner like he's doing.
Oh, wow. Woke up, pressed beautifully.
I like that attempt to armor through a BC. 5U very specifically baiting it.
Nice SBA. Fuselet's been willing to represent BC a lot, so might as well take a point. Oh my, 2L.
Rat race on, and Fuselet doesn't care. Wake up close and medium, hits Insurgent out of whatever that setup was.
Battle 3.
Wake up close, medium.
Nice brave counter, get on out, tries to charge into Insurgent, but unfortunately the back off.
That DP, you're still not gonna get in. One more left for Fuselet.
Jumps, not gonna get unblockable this time.
Eat that test of this damage though. The SBA taking that final BP. Fuselet in dire straits.
Spot dodge on the U fireball. Dodges around the grab, but the second U fireball coming out will lead it to some value for Fuselet. Not enough to claim the round, but that'll be Insurgent going up to 2-0.
The foundations are shaken. The walls are crumbling. The grout is old and tired. Kofi, how does Fuselet retain this house?
It's looking like more so than a brick house that Fuselet is Sisyphus in this match. More meter U fireball attempting to come out there, Insurgent in the right place at the right time.
Insurgent as well, or Fuselet rather. Punish, gets the corner positioning, but it's involving trades. All getting something for something. Insurgent, unfortunately, get nothing for that.
Battle 2. Engage.
Insurgent sticking again with the H rat race, this time able to explode it for some nice confirms. And it's gonna end with the restick.
Get another one on the backside. This one gonna expire, but still finds a crouching hit and doesn't quite get the flashlight follow-up.
Another grab.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was so scared.
Yeah, I did not know how that was gonna interact.
Interact favorably for Insurgent, able to pick up that full confirm and put himself on set point over Fuselet.
Slam down, going to work in favor of Fuselet. The corner is now being fought out in the tackle end. Fuselet not willing to overextend just yet.
To make something happen. The Soul Forge gets the armor up, but is interrupted in the process.
Another tackle gets the command grab. And Surge is ready to wake up and press buttons.
Fuselet. Grab is on cooldown to get the full damage. Chip out a threat. The 6-6L is too. Fuselet is on the board. No 3-0s here tonight.
Believe in victory.
Absolutely not. We are going the distance. Fuselet is not one to take a set that early and not win it. Oh no, the throw getting whiffed. Beautiful backdash there from Insurgent. Oh, but this UDP getting immediately punished.
Eustace back to full screen. Almost what Insurgent wants. Leave you with no Soul Forge, 1 BP. Attempt to anti-air that doesn't get fulfilled.
Rat race back on, and Insurgent tried to press the plus frames. Fuselet said no.
But not close enough for the wall bounce. Has to go into the reset. The overhead connects. Insurgent buys himself another set point. Is this one the one that will end us?
Oh, this 2H is going to be a nice stepping stone. The in, not blocking low. Fuselet's going to take that every day. Invest in another Brave point. Already on Brave penalty, 16 seconds into the round.
With the H-Rat race still on. Fuselet, now is the time to let the reversals rip. It's do or die. You cannot let Insurgent have this space.
Speaking of not having the space, Insurgent will just forcibly end it all with the SBA on that blue flash. 3-1 will be moving up to face Iago in Grand Throw. We potentially have a zoner mirror grand finals.
Iago almost certainly going to be rocking the Fairy since Yoru Sensei did fall early in the bracket. No more Vayne, I think, for us tonight, unless got some surprises for me. Who knows? And Insurgent, like we were saying earlier, is not one to be happy with a run that ends in losers at 5th, 7th, whatever. Insurgent is going to be that person to fall down to losers in round 4 and say, all right, sitting forward in the chair, I'm getting the grands.
Yeah. Now the ball is in Iago's court. Insurgent's gotta be feeling nice about that set. 3-1, moving on. I mean, even Iago put it in the chat, I'm gonna get cooked, but you gotta have confidence in yourself. No, can't let yourself already see getting 0-6 before the night even begins.
Fairy Nation believes, though. Fairy Nation's pretty powerful.
Yeah, Fairy Nation together strong.
They ride or die for Fairy. They ride or die for Iago, who is their representative here tonight. Chat,
Iago
how y'all
is
feeling?
the man of many names.
That's true.
Supported by the community is one of them.
Where's the copy pasta? I'm sure someone's got it.
It might be too long. I don't know if Iago has added yet another name to the copy pasta, but it's very much teetering on the line of you need 2 messages.
Have we found the Twitch chat character limit?
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Wow, we have found the limit of our bracket here tonight. Grand finals, the last set either way. Can Insurgent give us a reset, or is Iago going to be sending us home?
Insurgent really is just looping that pressure over and over, forcing Iago to give a brave counter. Look at the meter disparity. Uses few shots and still almost has Iago tied in meter.
What place we are not tied, though, is that BP. Iago has been spending it like it's burning a hole in his pocket. And if Insurgent is able to find a solid hit, that's going to come back to bite him in a huge way.
It really is. Iago, though, almost at 100 meters. Gonna just use UGG, skip on over, and, you know, might not even need any extra BP to clean this round up.
May not. Has been slowly chipping away at that health lead that Insurgent had. Rat Race is gone. Beppo is out, holding it down.
Wait,
you get
what?
the counter hit. Forgot about Gigi.
Did Insurgent saw the run up before the SBA? See that on Super Flash got a little too close to GG and then tried to spot dodge or roll it?
I don't. Maybe. I wonder if there was an attempt at a Flanek to snipe out the super startup. Either way, though, unfortunate end for Insurgent. Iago's taking that every day of the week.
Insurgent though, ready. Oh my, baited the BC, and now most likely gonna be SBA. Yep, just rip another brave point away.
The damage from the grenade, it's still not enough, but it is putting Iago in a horrible position. Life bar still blinking, so chip is not quite a factor.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna use SBA. Set up for instant overhead. Right, went low this time. Insurgent was content to go for the block low. Lost the round, lost the round.
You cannot be serious. Iago unrelenting in the aggression with his back against the wall, facing chip out, nothing to do but hold forward and makes it happen.
Getting a BC nice and early from Insurgent. Iago's definitely gonna be looking onto that with absolute fire in the eyes. Knows that Brave penalty is just an SBA away, and there's rare 5 use. Woo.
Oh, doesn't quite combo into GG, unfortunately.
So GG, hold down neutral. The orb coming out to seal. He takes the 8 rat race with it.
So close. We're playing in the margins here for Insurgent. The trade, unfortunately, getting a little bit outside of him.
Battle 2. Engage.
Dive kicking on in. Great tech, but Insurgent's not able to find it. Gets to slide in. I was surprised GG didn't clip Insurgent on the way through.
I as well, right on the front end of GG. Able to get in with the slide, but just as soon as he did that, was immediately pushed back out.
Dive kick over. Man, Iago has had such good space presence this entire time.
And I think a lot of fairies talk about how dive kick on block is a really awkward situation because no one ever knows if it's plus or not. Iago has been doing a phenomenal job of spacing it so that he knows he's plus every single time.
Yeah. I mean, most of these dive kicks have actually just hit Insurgent anyway, and there's no question if it's plus or not then.
Doing it just to get over the Flamek. This time, hitting again, like you said. The sniper those dive kicks.
Iago up 2-0. Insurgent's really looking on the back foot here.
Even victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Gonna have to be pushing off that back foot extra hard, making this run back. Insurgent. Now's the time. It's do or die. Iago is sitting comfortably. You just gonna let that happen?
I mean, is there even a choice? Oh, you hula hoop coming out there. A little unfortunate. Not gonna vacuum in Insurgent this time.
Got the alley-oop. Hey, there we are. From Beppo to GG to Fairy, passed it all the way around.
They're running a relay race over here, and Insurgent is just a spectator.
Forget a spectator. He's the baton, bro. He's getting tossed up.
You're right. You're right.
He's doing a little bit of tossing of Iago this time, though. He's gotten us all the way to the left corner, but GG is always underfoot.
We are already at tournament point for Iago.
One more round is the deciding factor. Insurgent needs it to stay alive. A full screen confirmed with the rat race is a good way to start that.
Yeah, can use that SPA, get extra damage with that rat race applied, and rip away at Brave Point. Iago, such low life total, had to actually normal attack or be at risk of getting chipped out in a very close fashion.
Chip there. Flatneck Thunder counter hitting that 2U attempt from Iago. Insurgent buys himself another round. But tournament point still a threat.
GG keeping Insurgent locked in position. Just close to the corner. Still have to be very careful. The shots are coming out beautifully though. They're just able to find some space.
Those two. Back to mid screen, the secondary planet coming out. Himself closer and closer. Enough to get the wall bounce.
The back throw off the combo drop and the 2 L's. Insurgent might be getting set up for a guess for your tournament. And yes, instant overhead if Iago goes for it will be enough. Just to bait it out.
Doesn't want to risk a brave counter punishing an overhead attempt. Oh, get the card cancel punished. Is this close enough for an animation? No, Iago lives.
And gets the jump in, and Iago is going to be tonight's winner of your WASD Open number 44 with a 3-0 in grands. The I'm gonna get cooked in the 3-0ing the opponent true combo lives.
It's too powerful. It's too powerful. You gotta rid yourself of that negative energy before the grand finals so you can swoop and collect the dub and collect tonight's prize pool. Shout out to Soul Rabba for putting in an extra 10 during that match.
Hey, greatly appreciate it. And if anyone wants to match Soul Rabba's generosity, it's still a bit of time for the night's end in which these players get their payouts. And I mean, Iago definitely put on quite the show with the Vayne against Yoru Sensei, then a 3-0 in grands. Such a rarity when you have players of just such high caliber.
Yeah, Iago also going to be eating good in the tour or the league standings. Was already at 4th, sure to be propelled even higher after tonight. So phenomenal stuff from Iago.
Yeah. Oh. Man, it really does feel like it's too soon. Like we shouldn't be saying goodbye and goodnight, but alas, we must do so. You've got anything to shout out, Pineapples, before we let them go?
As always, to shout out to people behind the scenes, Imp making this happen. Always putting on a wonderful spectacle with the WASD productions. So shout outs to him. Shout outs to everyone who donated to the match arena, who came through our bracket as well. It takes all you guys to make this happen.
Wonderfully said. Anything's coming up as well? Or...
Nope. Muted on stream. No uni on Sunday because AWT obviously. But we will have Melty on Monday, and then we'll be back to the regular schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. But yeah, gonna send everybody over to TNS. Thank you guys for coming out, and we'll probably see most of you next week. Yep.